Hey, welcome back to This Tree and Me. If you haven't already, please take the time to subscribe, share. I really appreciate you all being here. If any of this resonates with you, I love the conversations that we've been having. Please, let's keep that going. Let's keep this growing, and let's keep doing the work. Now, as I said, I'm Corey J. Riggs, and this is This Tree and Me. And today we're talking about you're not building a life. And what do I mean by that? So this is something that I realized this week. Not about fixing your life, but how you are actually living it. So let me ask a question. What if you fixed something in your life, but nothing actually changed? What if you did the work, but your life still felt the same? Last episode, we talked about something very important. How most people never really fix what's underneath. You're not building a life. You're building today. And there's a distinction between that. It's not a life process. It's a daily practice. It resets every single day. It only has right now. So you build today. And how I mean that is, again, if you look into the future heavily, you're going to get stuck in how far away that goal is and how big that goal is. And we'll get into some great examples here in just a little bit. But it really came to me and it really became clear that it's not the goal. It's not the reward. It's not the destination. Even though I want all that stuff very badly. Just like I think I hope we all have dreams and aspirations and goals that we want badly. So it starts becoming the question of, how do we get it? How do we get there? How many times have we tried and not gotten there? Because the task seemed a little bit too much. Life is a 24-hour pattern. It starts when you wake up. And it ends when you close the day. Everything in between that is the build. So maybe break it into blocks. That's what I've done. I'm going to give you some examples of that. So my morning block, I have 4 blocks, A, B, C, D. Every day has a block. The A block, no matter what time I wake up that day. And I have 3 times I wake up, either 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. and the 30-minute in between. Depending on the day, depending on what I got going on that day, depending on what the gym is, work, etc. But block A does not change. Block A is the exact same for all 7 days. Before anything else, I build myself. I've talked about this before, that I surrender every morning to God, Mother Earth, my higher self. It grounds me. And it just helps me begin the day with the right mentality. So I know exactly, I've developed this over a very long period of time. It had different variations and it's locked in now. Now, so you might ask, well, hey man, what if something comes up? Yeah, you adjust. But it doesn't break your cycle. It doesn't break what you're trying to accomplish that day. And that's why, a big reason why, if I start at 4:35 a.m. in the morning, I'm not going to get my cycle broken at that time. Because that's my time. And we all know that's before most people wake up and before work and all that other stuff starts. So I've built this over time. I've been committed to it, and it was not easy, but I've gotten there, and I know what it does for me. So I built blocks. And then there's a B block, and that has different things in it depending again on the day. The C block is dedicated to a very specific thing, and that can start or end at different times, just again, depending on how the day's going. And the D block doesn't have a very specific time, but that is the decompression. It just kind of worked out that way. When I was going through it, I hit D and I was like, I want to decompress here, and it just worked out. But anyhow, whenever my day ends, whenever I get done with my day and I'm ready to just chill, I may watch something. I may read a book. I may just lay there and absolutely do nothing. It is complete and total decompression. Again, for me, and it's late at night, and it's very extremely rare that time's going to get broke up as well. It's the B and the C that are changing because you're at work or you're at the gym or you're out on the weekend. You get a call, work call, something, right? But the old mornings before I started constructing all this, right? You pick up your phone or you go rush to get coffee, before you even get water in your body, right? You're dehydrated when you wake up. The first thing you put coffee and a phone in front of your face. It didn't ground. It doesn't. You get reaction, you get reactive, you get angry, you get instantly triggered by things you're swiping on. Even if you're reading emails, should not be the first thing that you do when you wake up. You should have no phone, no light, nothing like that. You should simply wake up, right? Maybe you have a prayer session. Maybe you have a meditation session. Maybe you find it that you just want to lay there for 15 minutes with some music playing that is just calming. But something that just takes you from sleep to awake to, okay, now I'm going to get up. Now I'm going to do this, do that. And again, you have to build it for you. But I'm telling you, the longer you can keep that screen away from your face, the better. That includes TV. That includes anything. If you have music going on, it should just be playing. It should be some like classical or something very chill, right? Again, you have to build you. I'm going to tell you how I've done it and what I've done. And again, my method and my processes are built to be adaptable for anybody and everybody. But now I don't look at my phone until I want to say about 2.5 hours. That's the easy one. Because I get up, I do my things, I have my meditation, right? That takes a bit of time. Then I go through another meditation where I'm, sipping on some coffee. I've already had water in my body, things like that. And then I write. So still no screen. It takes me a long time to get to a screen. And it was very difficult. Turned off all the alerts, the do not disturb set on. So I don't get interrupted. And there's been times through this that I've noticed I'll check one post. I'll check someone sent me a comment or a message or something, and I'll click on it. And it instantly triggered. But when I don't do that, which is 99.999% of the time now, my day starts with complete intention, awareness. And you can't skip ahead. We all want the result. We want it before we build the day. We want the outcome before the work. Don't move on until you build where you are. Don't move on. Build where you're at. And this is a great example for me. The gym. The gym is tedious. Anybody who does this knows It's tedious. Do you get instant gratification? Does your body instantly change? Do you get the rewards of looking better, right? Feeling better? No, it takes a bit of time. The feeling better, right? The instant reward is that hard sweat work right when you're done. Then that fades away. Then the next day you got to get, oh man, do I want to go through that all again? You fight that. But when you start looking forward to just that day, and when you wake up with the intention of what does my day look like? My day, I do this. I visualize it. I do this. I visualize myself going to the gym, working hard, getting through it, doing the good job, whatever I'm doing that day. And I build my day. And then I visualize that entire day until the minute that I go to sleep. And in the blocks, it's not a precise, exact thing. Okay, block A, this is what I want out of it. Block B, this is what I want out of it. C, this, and so forth. And once that intention's set, speed bumps, just like we talked about last episode, the road gets bumpy. The road can change. Okay. I don't need to take a detour. I can fix it really quick and just keep moving. But you have to have the intention. You have to have the, what am I giving life right now? The results that we talk about, the instant gratification, the, hey, I've been journaling now for X amount of time. Where's my rewards? I've been doing this podcast, or I've been writing. I've been building a business. I've been whatever I have been doing for X amount of time. Where's my reward? Why don't I have the money yet? Why don't I have this yet? Why don't I have that yet? That's what the ego wants. That's all ego. Because from that, the ego can give you the instantaneous reward that you think you're getting, but it's not a true reward. It's just a story of why you didn't get what you want, why you're not getting to where you want. It's excuses. It's justifications. So where's the reward, right? What's taking so long? Call it out directly. This is all ego. This is the space that it wants me to live in. This is the space it wants you to live in. The more you force, the more you push and seek and get frustrated with that instantaneous reward, the more space you give the ego to get in here and to get loud. So then what does the ego do? What's the pattern? What's the loop? See if you can recognize it. I'll tell you mine. Let's continue with the gym, because I've done that many times in my life. You start going, right? It talks to you a little bit. It eventually figures out, okay, he's not going to give up right away. So every now and then, let's say something in life happens. Let's say something in your relationship happens. Let's use that as the example. Well, then you go to the gym and you're sitting there and you're doing whatever you're doing. And all of a sudden, hey, remember what she said? Remember this? It gets you in that little bit, and it takes a little bit at a time. You're going 4 or 5 days a week. All of a sudden you skip a day. You went 3 days that week. You feel, oh, that's okay. I'll be okay. So the next week, another day happens, takes away another day, and then another day. And it has patience. That stinking ego has patience, y'all. It will wait for you. It will wait for you to be vulnerable. It is slow. One thing at a time. It just keeps going until it gets you back, and it knows it's going to get you back. But that narrative of why try? That is the cycle. I've lived this pattern for decades. I'm working. I don't get what I want right away. The ego starts kicking in because I give it space, because I start getting frustrated with looking for the result instead of building the day. And the ego catches in, and boom, it takes me on another ride. I know this pattern extremely well. And there's two paths. There's a path I just described, excuse me. And they live different lives, but they have the same ending. The one who stops, why try? What's the point? I know that pattern again. You stay stuck, you stay empty, you stay waiting. I'll wait for that perfect moment. Okay, that wasn't the right timing. I'll wait for the right time. There's never a perfect time. That's why you build today. So that's one. And that's more me than the other. Then we all know the other. The keeps going, nose down, build more, achieve more. They have success. They build external success. You see the big, massive house, the cars, the trips, the massive bank account. You don't see that, but you see how they live. You see the success that they have driven from this. So where's the emptiness? It's in here. And that's what I'm saying by the two different lives, but they end up in the same place. You both end up unhealed. You both end up empty. And you can argue with me all day long, and that's fine. That is one better than the other. It's nice to have money. It's nice to have all those things. But if you're empty inside, it doesn't matter. It's just different struggles, right? Choose your hard. And I chose my hard to just say, oh, you know what? I'm going to do okay. I'm going to be all right. I'm just going to pound through life. I'm going to survive. I'm going to just do the bare minimum to have a good, decent life. And I'm going to throw the justifications and all that kind of stuff. Different hard than the person who constantly works, constantly strives, constantly goes, constantly builds, constantly this. They have things that they lose. They have things that they don't have in their life because of that. But at the end of it, it all comes from in here. It all comes from not healing the parts of you that need healed. It all comes from the ego. So better or worse, right or wrong, that's not the point. The point is, where's it coming from? And how can we change that? How can we have a different outcome internally and following our path? You can still be driven and successful and be healed inside. It takes work. You can also just say, hey, you know what? I just want to live a nice, comfortable life. I want to have a good job. I want to have a house, a car, or whatever. I just want to be a worker bee. That's perfectly fine too. But you can also do that while you're healing yourself. You can also do that with a peace and love in your heart. It's not one or the other. Neither side is one or the other. You can choose the life that you want from a monetary, aesthetic, reward-driven place, from the most that you can accomplish to just getting through life and being okay with it. It's all what's in here. It's not about the rewards. It's not about the destination. It's not about what you get. Not externally. It's about the build. It's built daily. And it only has now. So build today. Tomorrow will come. And if you don't get given tomorrow, then why does it all matter anyway? So you might as well make today the best you can. And then if you're blessed enough to wake up the next morning, start again. What can I do today This is a question I ask every morning at the kind of endish of one of my meditations. What can I do today that's going to get me to the goals that I want to get to? There's still the goals. There's still the things that I want to accomplish now. But what can I do today to make that happen? How do I get there? It starts today. Doesn't start in the past. Doesn't start yesterday. That's already happened. It's done. It's over with. What was left over from yesterday will be here today. So what do I need to do today to get to where I'm going? That's the step. One step at a time is one day at a time. Look at it that way. And then once you see it, once that understanding comes into your heart, you have a choice. And choices are always phenomenal, aren't they? When you have good, healthy choices, it's a beautiful thing. So in this opportunity, what is your choice? You can do one, go back and return to the pattern you know, or build something different. And that's a lot of this is where the laugh method comes in. The listen, allow, follow. So listen. Notice what's coming up. Hear the voice asking for results, asking for reward. Hear it, listen to it, feel it. Feel that, man, I should have that by now. Don't push it away. Let it speak. Let it tell you what you need to understand so you know what it's trying to protect you from. Let it speak to you. Let whatever part of that is be heard. Don't push it away. Don't run from it. Don't let it give you justifications and excuses. Don't let it push you to run away from it and say, you can't catch me. I'm better than you. Speak to it. Allow it. Listen to it. Then you choose your next step consciously. Once you hear it and you understand it and you're like, okay, I get it. Now I can build today. Now I can look at that and say, okay, I know what I need to do today to fulfill that fear. I know with awareness of that voice, not control of it, awareness of it. So I invite you to sit with a few things. What does your day actually look like? Right? There's a lot of different things out there. And, so today at the gym, I was talking to one of my trainers. She's phenomenal. She's she's yoga and different things, but she's just a beautiful person. And when we were talking about this, I was telling her what tonight's episode was going to be about, or tomorrow's episode was going to be about. Sorry. So when I record this, may not be the same day that I put it out. Anyhow. And she's like, yeah. And I forget who she said, but she's like, there's someone she listens to that's been around for a while on a podcast that says, be honest and literally write down everything you do in a day. Write it down to a T. Like everything you do. Start. If you watch TV, noon, 12:03, end time, this, whatever. You'll find out you have a lot more time in the day than you believe. So what does your day actually look like? Are you building or are you waiting? Are you constructing a day that is set almost in stone with flexibility? The set in stone part is like, I need this time for me. I'm going to build that time in for me, that nothing interrupts it. And a lot of times that's a time of the day that's a lot easier to get that done. Or are you waiting for life to come to you because you feel that you've already done the work? You feel like you already deserve that promotion. You feel like you already deserve that raise. You feel like you deserve that relationship. Are you waiting for it to give it to you? Or are you building it? Where are you skipping the process? And you have to find your process. But the one thing that I'll tell you about building blocks and building a methodology or using the laugh method with me, building that method and that process in your life. People have always thought and said, me included, for many, many, many years, that structure and time management and, running your life by a calendar, by set distinct times of doing things takes away freedom, takes away the freedom of the day. And I am here to tell y'all that is the exact 180 of the truth. It is the most freeing thing I have ever lived in. I actually find the times to do constructive things for me that I love doing. I have the time built in a day where I'm so on top of things that, you know what, I can say, hey, you know what? I want to go have coffee with the guys. I love doing that. And you know what I can do when I'm there? I can put my phone down and speak and be there with them. I can say, hey, sis, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to come to the city and see you. And I can go be with her and be present. That's what structure has given me. When I was living out of structure, out of method, out of process, I would just constantly be thinking of, I don't have time for this. I got to go do this. I don't have time for this. I got to go do this. And I feel that resonates with a lot of us. And what are you chasing instead of building? What is the reward you're wanting? What is that hunt? What is that destination goal? You can't get there by looking at it and saying, that's where I want to go. That's part of the process. That's understanding, okay, that is what I want. But it just doesn't come to you. It's just not given to you. You don't get to just do a couple days of work or a year or two. It takes building every single day. And it takes discipline and it takes commitment. Let's just say you just want to be a more joyous, happy, healed person. You love your career. You have whatever friends, loved ones, family that you want. You have a lot of your life, but you feel something empty in here. So let's just say that's what you're seeking. That takes work too. That takes method. That takes strategy. That takes process. That takes building every day. And a little secret that I'm learning every day of my life right now. And I have been, and it's come to this point, and this is just some of the ahas. That's how I got here. By starting with me, not knowing I was starting with me, by starting with me and my gut health. And my gut health got better, and then it took me to my emotional state, and then my emotional took me to my spiritual, and my spiritual took me to what I want in life and a better life. What do I want out of life? What is my path? What is my light? That's what brought me here. And it started with working on me internally. No idea I had that coming. No idea that day was going to start and trigger all this. But I took the step. And I'm extremely grateful that I absolutely took that step. It's changed my life. And I want to share it. And I want to give it to as many people as I can. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. All that other anger, all that other disappointment, all the trauma that happened to me and by me, all of that. It's nothing like this. It's a different kind of a hard. It's a different kind of a pain. It's a different kind of a struggle. Because if I really sit now and be honest with you on this, I look back at that life and that was easy. And I'm having a little moment right now. Like, how could I even say that? This is coming right now. That was easy. Being angry and bitter and pushing people away so I could be alone and isolated. That's easy. I'm not saying it was fun. I'm not saying I enjoyed it. I'm not saying that deep down I wanted more. It was hidden. It was deep down in there. But it was easy. Looking back at it now, it was so easy. This takes discipline. This takes work. But there's no reward to that life. There's only reward to this life. And even if I only heal the parts of me, and even if I only get peace, love, and joy in my life, and I'm saying only because there are other goals, and we're human beings. We have things that we want in life besides that. Not all of us, a lot of us. But let's say those aesthetic things never come to fruition. I love myself and I love life. And I look forward to it every single day. And as soon as that voice starts in the morning, I get up, I go right into my block A, and I start building my day. And then from there, sky's the limit. You just got to keep going. Every day is going to be different. Every day is going to have different struggles. And every day is going to have different joys, rewards, and aha moments, just like the one I just had. Thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, please, please, please subscribe. I love interacting with people. I know I just went from a minute ago I was talking about isolation. I love speaking with people. I love having conversations. I absolutely love the work that I'm doing. This means so much to me. And your subscriptions, your shares, your engagement helps me grow this, helps me get the message out more, helps me keep the conversation going. This has been This Tree and Me. I am Corey J. Riggs. The episode, you're not building a life. You're building a day. I love you all. Be blessed.